everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing the long-awaited sequel to the Verglas playthrough, Episode 6. Yes, I'm back everyone, and no, I didn't die. This series was not going to die that easily. Like I said, I just needed to take a break for a bit to go ahead and finish up school, things like that. However, I'm back, and I'm here to stay. In this episode, we're going to be taking on Eater of Worlds and Hive Mind. And in order to do that, we need to go to the corruption. And as always with the corruption, it is completely stocked to the brim with enemies every 5 seconds. That was very enjoyable. It wasn't. It was awful. But, nonetheless, the acid gun makes pretty quick work of anything in the corruption at this point in the game. And we're starting right away with building the arena. The first thing Vera needs to do is make sure that all those chasms are filled up with platforms, so that way she doesn't fall through them accidentally while trying to fight. Next, she builds the next level. She only ends up making one level because it stops being corruption after that point. And Vera's pretty much done with the arena. Now, Vera has to go ahead and find one of the chasms and make a quick elevator of sorts in order to get to the surface arena. Because the Eater of Worlds is typically spawned from underground shadow orbs. We broke one of these in the last episode, but we need to break a few more in order to summon the boss. As usual, building this was just as fun as building the arena because there was enemies constantly trying to attack. Constantly. But nonetheless, it got completed. Vera did not stupidly forget her bombs, and actually has them this time, so she immediately goes to break that shadow orb. At this point in the game, before you defeat Eater of Worlds, there's no way of actually mining Ebonstone, which is the purple rock around her, with ordinary pickaxes. And the Eater of Worlds has been summoned. Now, escaping to the surface was actually quite a challenge, mostly because of the fact that there were 2 Eaters right there that decided to go ahead and intercept her. However, in the end, she did manage to get up out of the chasm and into the arena proper, although she only had half her health remaining. At this point, I'll go ahead and be quiet and let the boss fight play out. And we did it! It was not that hard of a boss battle, especially with the use of the acid gun. Its piercing just makes this boss, it just shreds through multiple segments at a time, allowing for a very quick dispatch. Back at base, she opens up the bag and she finds the expert exclusive item, the worm scarf. The worm scarf reduces damage by 10%, and she swaps it out for the Amethyst Spark because it's better to take less damage than to shoot sparks everywhere. Now Vera was looking to get a specific magic weapon from the Shadow Orbs called the Vile Thorn, and in order to do that she has to break more Shadow Orbs. Shadow Orb number 1 contains a ball of hurt, and number 2 contained a musket. Neither of them contained it, and she didn't want to summon Eater of Worlds just yet. Rather, she wanted to summon Hive Mind. So she found a Hive Cyst, which is that thing that Vera is attacking with the cloud, and using it to remotely detonate that enemy. And Hive Mind has been summoned. This was a lot easier for Vera to get out of the chasm with because it's not a worm and doesn't burrow through blocks. And I'll go ahead and be quiet. Do note that this fight was actually pretty long, so I'll be speeding it up partway through. Frankly, Vera was actually kind of underpowered for this, and that's why the DPS was so low, and as such it took so long to defeat the boss. The weapon of choice for the boss was the Hyphae Rod, for the most part, and also the Acid Gun, for the enemy swarms. And Hive Mind has been defeated as well. Excellent. And with that, aerialite has actually spawned, which is what the message "the ground glitters with cyan light" meant. Now Vera got the Shadowdrop Staff from the Hive Mind, which summons a bunch of rain droplets from the sky. However, she wanted to get another staff from the Hive Mind, called the Straight Rain Staff, and as such she fought the boss again. And there it is! Awesome. So, with that, Vera is done with Hive Mind for the foreseeable future. And now she can begin doing upgrades. First thing she upgrades is the storage system using the just ridiculous amounts of demonite she has stored up from both the Eater of Worlds and the Hive Mind fights. She also crafts the upgraded pickaxe to mine aerialite with, and this is what she does next. However, on the way, she found the Tavern Keep NPC, which we'll be largely ignoring for most of this playthrough. Now Vera is mining aerialite, and I quickly fast-forwarded through this process because it wasn't that interesting. Surprisingly, I know. Now, the next thing Vera needed to do in order to complete the aerialite armor set called Aerospect Armor was to get clouds from one of the Sky Islands. And there's one right here. Vera found that the Shade Rain Staff was very useful in this process because it allowed her to kill harpies through the ceiling, as with most of the sky drop weapons. And now Vera's can go ahead and craft most of the aerialite gear. She just needs a few more sunplate blocks. And then there we go. She starts with the Aerospec breastplate and the Aerospec hat. Aerospec leggings. Aerial hammocks. The pickaxe upgrade, called the Skyfringe pickaxe. And finally, the spellbook called the Trade Winds, which is like an upgraded version of the Waywasher that actually goes where you point the weapon. To show you the power of her new weapons, Vera decided to continue looking for the Vilethorn with Shadow Orbs. Luckily, on the 6th orb, she got it. However, of course, it spawned the Eater of Worlds, as that spawns every 3. So, she went ahead and decimated it with brutal efficiency. Look at how fast that health is depleting. Just look at it, it's glorious! Shadowdrop Staff's ability to pierce through multiple enemies makes it an excellent choice for this particular boss. In addition, the shade rain clouds do a lot more damage than you would think. Especially to a multi-segmented enemy like this. And it's dead already. She also found a meteor, which she would need to make more upgrades yet, so she went ahead and mined that in the most satisfying way possible. Just listen to that sound, it's glorious. Oh, also there's a goblin army. Vera took care of the goblin army with brutal efficiency, like the Eater of Worlds. I don't know what they were expecting, really. And with that, she crafts both the space gun and also the pulse pistol. The pulse pistol must be charged with power cells, and once it's charged, it shoots a homing beam that does not take any mana. Pretty amazing. It is quite annoying noise though. To end off the episode, Vera goes ahead and crafts the Alchemist's Charm Tier 2, which gives her greater chance not to consume potion ingredients and also reduced prices with the Alchemist NPC. And with that, I believe it's time to go, kids. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. As always, have a good day, and I'll try to get the next one out soon.